Sounds right.
Snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
All right, and we're rolling. I'm here today with Jake Sutherland. Jake's actually our first bartender hire here at Kaks Bar and Podcast. So if you guys come down for food and drinks, you'll be seeing a lot more Jake here. And also, I'm just getting to know Jake myself, really. I met Jake a couple of times with Cass. He was a referral from, sorry if I'm breathing heavy, guys. I actually did a bunch of like reps with the weight just now.
Getting that arm pump going.
Yeah, I got that juicy arm pump going. Anyway, I'll be breathing more normally in a couple minutes here. Anyway, Jake, I'm just getting to know Jake myself here. So I'm kind of going into this one blind. But Jake, you want to tell everyone who you are a little bit, give a little intro?
Yeah, my name's Jake. Been buddies with Cass for a little bit now. Bartending for a little while.
How many years have you bartended?
Just one.
Just 1 year? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm a freshie.
Oh, yeah.
Spent about 10 years in bars. Really, how hard can it be?
Yeah, well, actually, on that note, like, how hard do you think it is?
Bartending, I think, is actually quite hard.
Yeah.
I mean, the skill of pouring a beer, you can get it, but it's more the personality you got to master, right? You got to be that outgoing type of guy that can maintain eye contact and talk to anybody about anything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Jake, I probably should have, like, if you could move this wire piece out of your face, just this right here. Yeah, that thing bends, yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, I should have corrected that. Sorry, guys, little pre-production error on my part here. You think I would have had this mastered by then. Sick, perfect. Yeah, that's real good. Jake, where were you born and raised?
Ontario.
Ontario
Boy.
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
27.
27, okay, cool. So when did you come to Calgary then?
I moved to Calgary 2013.
Okay, that's a while ago.
Right out of high school.
Okay,
Just left there, came out to the mountains.
Okay, so then what made you choose, like, Alberta? You know what I mean? Like
Alberta?
Yeah.
Look west.
Northeast. So what does that mean?
Yeah, look at the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Ontario's way too flat, way too boring.
Oh, yeah.
Alberta, it's got the mountains, it's got Calgary, it's got the prairies. You got everything to do out here.
Okay, so would you consider Alberta more home now
For sure, yeah.
For sure. Like, you don't want to go back?
No. Like, originally, man, I was actually born in the Foothills Hospital.
Oh, in Calgary.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So when we moved out to Ontario, when I got the chance, I came right back home.
Sweet. Is all your family out here then, or?
Nah, they're out east.
Okay. So you're left to do whatever you want out here.
Oh, it's a little nice not having people down your neck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit more about Jake. He also is an entrepreneur. He has a side business. He sells. You sell ATMs, or you install ATMs, or like what?
I do it all.
You do it all?
Yeah, ATMs, load them up with cash, fix them.
All right.
Service them. Everything you need to get done.
All right. Oh, cheers, buddy. By the way.
Cheers.
Oh, ding. Can't reach too far here. Yeah, sponsored again by Bud Light. No, we're not sponsored by them. We're just drinking them. My last guest the other day, Ethan Sherry. Yeah, he wasn't familiar with the whole Bud Light scandal. Like, are you familiar with what happened there?
I heard a little bit about it.
Okay.
I know that they got into a lot of shit.
Okay. Sorry, Jay, I should have again. Like, if you just move this thing down a little bit, like, so it's not covering your face. There you go. Okay, a little bit lower. Perfect.
Better.
Man, I should have totally set this all up before. But no, like you weren't aware at all about the botched Bud Light campaign that they were going for.
No.
Oh, dude. Short version, Bud Light is obviously for the most part, right wing beer, right? You know what I mean? Like, mostly conservative or right wing white guys basically drank it. But they had a LGBTQ person do this whole like theatrical like a Bud Light commercial. Anyway, it obviously did not land with its core demographic. Now, I'm very liberal. I'm all okay with that. But the thing was, Bud Light, like they lost a lot of money, like super fast. Like I
heard like $6 billion.
Something drastic. So
or $6 million.
Yeah, so they had to like backpedal on their campaign, because it just like I mean, inclusion's one thing, but I mean at the same time you're trying to run a business, and they just completely botched that thing. And then now they went back to some more traditional commercials, just showing like normal, not normal, but like just more classic like scenario. People just drinking around the beer now.
Yeah. Farmers, white guys, mechanics.
There's like and just young people, because their whole main thing was they're trying to to break into like the younger demographic for the longevity of the business, right? Because like a lot of people as they get older, like they don't drink beer as much, so then they're trying to like target the younger audience. And then the younger audience right now, younger consumer base, like people are very liberal usually, right? You know what I mean? Like people going to college and university. So then because of that was their idea, was to like do the LGBTQ approach. They figured it checked all the boxes, inclusion, for, hitting up a future market, but man, it backfired hard, and like, so then they had to like readjust really quick and get their what do you call it? Their style like back to what they were doing before that. That's basically what happened with Bud Light. So, but short version, if you and I drink this, we're not going to turn gay, right?
I hope not. Knock on wood. Not that I have a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think we'd make a pretty cute gay couple though, if it went like that,
Yeah. Hey, that'd be something. A ginger and an Asian guy.
Ginger and Asian
I don't
guy.
think you've seen that one before.
Oh, dude, I think our kids would look like, Blake Griffin?
Yo,
yeah. It would have to be Blake Griffin, but with some slantier eyes or something. I don't know. Oh man, I'm horrible. Anyway, Jake's also an entrepreneur. He has a side business doing the ATM installations. Did you want me to plug your business? I can put it in the show notes after and stuff like that. Or is that how? No? Okay. No worries. Actually, was I not even supposed to talk about that?
It's a little under the table, but
okay. Oh shit. Oh, fuck me. Don't worry, I can edit anything out. So yeah. Jake. Anyway, I can tell you lift. You're into fitness.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So what sports did you play, or did you just straight get into lifting?
Oh no, I played hockey.
Oh yeah.
From like the age of 4.
Oh, sick. How far'd you go?
I played junior B.
Fucking look at this.
You get first beer, right?
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. Anyway, junior B. The other day I got re-educated on all the tiers or whatever. Like, yeah. So you think that I have that memorized, but I still don't. So is junior B like super good?
No.
No.
There's a certain point when you kind of know you're going to the NHL.
Yeah.
If you're below that point and you're still 17 years old, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Okay. So you played for fun, basically. Then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, once you realize that you're not making it pro, it's just for fun. You can't be that diehard guy who still is going to be 30 years old, think he's got a chance at the league.
Do you still play hockey then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll pick up.
Yeah. So is because like almost all my friends play hockey, just not me. Like I didn't grow up with it. Although I'm born and raised Calgarian, and I've said in past podcasts, like I'm a horrible Calgarian. Like I didn't play hockey. I didn't grow up watching the Flames. I didn't grow up watching Stampeders. Like I just always did my own thing and everything. But almost all my friends still play hockey, and they always mention in their beer leagues and men's leagues. You're right. There is that one guy who still plays like he's trying to fucking make it.
He's still going in the corners way too hard. He's hitting you. He's slashing at your ankles, and it's like, buddy, I don't even have a visor on. Yeah. Can you just take a chill pill and go sit on the bench?
Jeez, fuck. So like guys like that, like. They're kind of dangerous to play against then, right?
Dude, they're not fun.
Yeah.
You're not. And like you can already tell just by how they're warming up, right? They're shooting 10 feet in the air, just missing the goalie or something, pinging them right off the bucket. Like, yeah. And it's not fun. Like they'll try to fight you.
Okay.
In a league that's for fun with no refs, nothing. They will actually like try to get you going.
Shit. Have you ever been, when's the last time you've been in a hockey fight?
Hockey fight? I don't know. It's like 18.
Okay. So would you say you're a fighter guy or?
Nah.
Not really?
Oh, no, man. I'm not big enough.
Oh, okay.
I'll throw hands if I need to, but nobody wins in a fight, man. Your knuckles get all broken. If you start punching helmets and visors too, you're breaking skin, you're breaking knuckles. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not a good time. It's the girls, but it's not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that last thing you just said? It gets the girls, you said?
Gets the girls.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's the old puck bunny culture.
The puck bunnies, yeah, they flock to that for sure.
Sweet.
I definitely miss that side of it.
Oh, Jake, you humble bastard. So, okay, hold on. I want to dive more into the lifting then, because you're in shape. Like I like it, like I train myself. You understand? Like people who train, they understand it's a lifestyle. Like, so how many days a week do you train? Like, what's your regimen like?
I used to be pretty into it.
Yeah.
I took about like 4 years off.
4 years?
Yeah.
What like? Go on.
Like the last 4 years. So I just got back into lifting this January.
came back fast, it looks like.
Yeah, thank you. It's good for the ego, right? But I try to go 4 days a week. Okay. You know, if I do 5, I'm pretty happy with myself. If I do 3, I'm not going to beat myself up. Like, I definitely don't live to work out, but working out helps me like live.
Yeah. Talk about that. Like, do you first of all, like you said, 3 is the minimum and 5 is kind of like the maximum, like the kind of regime. What's your opinion on the 7 day a week? Like, how come you don't do that?
I got no problem with it. It's just some days you go out drinking on a Friday and you don't feel like lifting on a Saturday. Sunday is kind of like your reset day. You don't really have the motivation either. You might get screwed over at work on a Wednesday or a Tuesday and you just don't find the time. So I'm not going to like add more stress to my life of not making it to the gym. Right. Instead of being super go, trying to get there every day of the week.
Okay. I want to dive more into this topic because have you heard of Jocko Willink? Does that guy ring a bell?
No.
Not. Oh man, I'll tell you about him right now. And you should Google him after. He's an ex-Navy SEAL. This guy's in his 50s, yoked, natural, according to him. I believe he's natural. I really do. But his entire mantra is discipline equals freedom.
Is he bald?
He shaves his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his Instagram is every day. He wakes up at 4:30 a.m.
I think I've seen this guy.
Yeah, he's getting pretty popular. Anyway, he's one of my heroes basically, and I owe a lot to like my thinking, like to how he approaches life. Like I try to copy some of it, but he explains like, you know, because when you work out, one thing you just pointed out right now was you said some days you don't feel like it. You know what I mean? And then he's like, well, that's the whole point of working out. It's the discipline to go every day. Like, regardless of how you feel, you do your hour every day, right? Yeah. Now, obviously, can everyone work out 1 hour every day, every day? Like, no, because sometimes you have to go catch a flight and then where are you going to do work out on the plane? Yeah. You know, well, I guess Liver King did that, but you
don't want to be that guy on the plane.
No, that's just weird. Yeah, but Jocko, I used to have your mentality where I was like a 3 day a week kind of guy. And then I started realizing like, what are you training for? If you're training for a purpose, like as in a competition or looks, then maybe you don't need 5 days because you train 3 and then you recover the other 3 and focus on eating. That actually like helps your muscles grow more than if you were just to like go 7 days a week. But Jocko was explaining like, it's your mind. Like the training is more for this. Like the fact that you went and committed and then did it, and then you revolved everything around that, and like you didn't come up with excuses. And then next thing you know, it's like he notices you're mentally stronger in all like facets of your life because you had that approach of, hey, like I'm doing this no matter what. Well, not no matter what. If I can, which 99% of the time we can, I'm doing it. You know. And like, so he religiously gets up at 4:30. First thing he does every day is train. And the way he trains is just weightlifting. Like he weightlifts in a circuit style for 40 minutes or so. And then he begins his day. So he's in bed by 10:30, 11 so that he can get that 5-6 hours. He's a more 5-6 hours kind of sleep guy. But but with that, like I'm on a rant here, but cause I just love Jocko, but with that mentality, I kind of thought about it and I was like, yeah, like, and I noticed whenever I do train, the whole day is just better.
Yes, yeah. I definitely train in the morning rather than the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, I don't know. I say give that a shot, you know, just try it, you know, see how it affects your mind, your spirit, if you will, you know.
What about cold plunges? Do you ever dive into those?
I would absolutely love to do cold plunges if I had a cold plunge, but I do take cold showers, like not all the time. But it absolutely does something.
Do you think that's the same thing with more of like the cold plunge really benefits your body, right? I can get that. We can talk about that. But it's more about the mental discipline, like you were saying, of putting yourself into that and submerging it quick instead of just dipping your toe and kind of dancing around it.
Could be. You've heard of Wim Hof, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I do experiment. I anything I can get my hands on for performance, which like drinking this right now sounds hypocritical, but like I dabble in it. But to go back to that, the ice bath thing, from what I understand, the whole craze about it right now is actually more just straight up for its health benefits.
Yeah.
Because apparently it literally activates your body in ways that that can't be done otherwise. And they're saying now through the research, like a cold plunge literally helps de-aging and like increases dopamine, increases testosterone. Like it's like a natural way to like elevate your body. That's why all athletes now have dove
burns
onto
all your brown fat too when it's storing your brown fat.
What's brown fat?
Brown fat is just like that deep tissue stored fat. So like a calorie, everyone thinks a calorie is like an item, but a calorie is actually a term of measurement of heat.
Oh, okay.
So when you burn a calorie, right, it's actually like how rapidly you're burning calories.
Mm-hmm.
So when you like put your body into such a cold atmosphere, like a cold plunge, your internal is actually burning calories just by trying to stay warm. Oh. So even at rest, you're still burning lots of calories.
So it's a way to like manage weight, you're saying as well.
I don't know much about it. So like,
no, it sounds like you do.
I'm not quoting this off like, MD or anything like that, but it'll burn your brown fat stores at rest because your body is actually like, how your blood vessels constrict and it brings your warmth out from your extremities into your core. Yeah. It'll burn that brown fat that's in, say, your stomach or on your back or something like that.
How long do you have to stay cold for?
I have no idea because people are like, you can barely do 5 minutes, right? It takes most people that get into it will do it progressively over a while. They'll do 1 minute, then 2 minutes. Yeah. And it takes them about 3 weeks, 2 weeks to get up to 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So I don't know at what point your body will actually start to trigger that. Mm.
Yeah, because like we live in Canada. It's fucking cold as fuck sometimes. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of thinking in my head, like, whenever it was super cold out, did you feel better or something when you got into warm weather? And, because sometimes I was because all these cold plunge studies are primarily done from people who live in warm places in the US. So I'm like, well, we live in Canada and Calgary's cold as fuck in the winter. So it's like, and I just keep thinking during the winter, am I getting a testosterone boost? Do I feel better? Do I blah, 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 blah? And I can't honestly say I've consciously noticed anything. No. So like, have you?
No, it's fractional.
Yeah. Right. So then that's sometimes when I'm wondering, like, where's all this cold plunge fucking data coming on?
Yeah, exactly. And I also noticed it's like a fad now, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You never heard about it. And now it's the only thing you see on Instagram are these like shredded people just jumping into cold ice baths. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been used in sports and, like CrossFit and football and dryland training. Mm-hmm. After a heavy day, right, to recover your legs, you dip into an ice bath, right? I did those growing up on dryland training, but it was never like a mainstream thing. Yeah. Now you see everybody. Now you see cold plunge tubs selling for like $700. Mm-hmm. Who's doing that?
Well, no one I know, like, off the top of my head. I'm sure I will bump into these people, but you're right. Like, because like the social media part of it, it's a business. So they're all cold plunging because they realize for some reason that gets clicks. And that's probably why they're really doing it, And then like, but do they show themselves cold plunging every day? Like, no, they probably did it once. Yeah. And then go along for the ride. That's why it's like to really know who's doing this cold plunge thing, like, for real. I mean, I would have to imagine have to be someone who's a trusted source of a social media guy that's not doing it for clicks. Like as an example, like Joe Rogan, right?
I was going to say Joe Rogan as well. I believe what he says.
I believe he actually, that last line you said, I believe what he said.
Not everything that comes out of his mouth, but
no, I love Joe Rogan, but I have so many people in my life that hate Joe Rogan, and like every time the name even whispers out of my lips, they're just like instantly like, whoa! Like, you think
that's because he triggers people.
But he doesn't trigger me, but he triggers them. But I don't know, because everyone just thinks he's this right wing guy. But I'm like, no. Like if you listen to his podcast, you're going to see he interviews everyone. You're just caught onto those right wing episodes, right? But anyway, So when Joe says he does it, I believe he does it because of his track record, and he doesn't need to do that for clicks. You know what I mean? He's famous enough. He's rich enough. So he's doing this actually to see what the health benefits are. Yeah. And according to him, they're for real. So, but again, he does it like every day, but then he also switches to the sauna as well. Because apparently super hot also has insane benefits.
See, I do the sauna every day at Good Life.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a disgusting sauna, but at least it gets up to like 70, 80 degrees for a rock sauna. Like it's not an infrared or anything like that, but I've noticed that too is apparently it's for longevity. It lowers your risk of heart disease and cardiovascular health. Like it gets rid of the chance of all that by like 40%. It gets rid of a whole bunch of like your toxins. You flush it out. I find more benefit with a sauna than I do a cold plunge.
Huh. Interesting. And again, you're just a moment ago saying like, "Oh, I'm not a doctor. I don't know much about this."
Yeah.
And you're like spouting out like,
I know enough, but I don't know the actual hard stats there. But I know it drops your cardiovascular health, like the risk of getting a cardiovascular disease or a heart attack by like 40%.
The sauna thing, like I know in different cultures, it's so practiced to use a sauna, right?
Yeah.
You know, but in Canada, North America, I don't know. It's like every time I've ever gone to a gym sauna, as you mentioned, it gets kind of disgusting in there because like there's always that nude old guy.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm just like, fuck. And you know, and like he's that guy talking to whoever else like about stocks with his like leg up like this.
Yeah, just no shame,
no grooming, you know, and then you know he'll look at you like, whoa, why'd you look, you know, like
as if I'm the problem here.
yeah, or he looks like, yeah, you guys are the problem here, like, and I'm just sitting there like, no man, like a floppy cock in my face is a floppy cock in my face, you know, like don't make it look like I fucking tried to look at it on purpose, like it just like, I don't know, when you look at the sky, if you see a cloud, don't you like notice the cloud, right? And then it's like, if you're seeing a human physiology and then the junk is exposed, for sure, you're going to just glance at that junk, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so yeah, no, and that totally deterred me from the whole sauna experience. Yeah, because I just don't want to look at that.
No, it definitely ruins your day. You have a good lift, you're feeling good about yourself, you hop in the sauna, feeling better about yourself even after that, and then you see some 80-year-old 2-inch dick with 9-inch pubes. Kind of ruins your mood a bit.
Yeah, 2-inch dick with 9-inch pubes. That looks like a hairy vagina. Then
you can tell what I saw today at the gym, right? It's fresh in my mind still.
Oh my god! Like, do you ever see that movie, The Hangover?
I know exactly where you're going with this. Yeah, the Chan.
Yeah,
when he pops out of the trunk.
Yeah, and like literally had the pubes bigger than his dick.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
couldn't even see it.
I was when I saw that. I was just crying, laughing because like, you know, I was like, well, first of all, I'm just like Ken Jeong. I'm just like, dude, like, what the fuck's going on there?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
the confidence too.
That confidence.
Because you're not showing your dick to 40 people in the change room. You're showing your dick to 400 million people in
forever
America,
and ever,
you know, like on repeat.
Yeah, but obviously the guy's happily married with children, so I'm like, no. So obviously his peen size gets it done or whatever, you know. But still, I was like, woof. Like, you know, couldn't you fluffed it a bit for that scene, or like, you know? But I think he did that on purpose. But you know, like, because I remember fucking people can be such assholes. Like after that scene came out, everybody of mine's like, oh, like, you know, like making this insinuation, and I'm just like, okay, look, that was like even extra small for like a hobbit or whatever, you know, like that's actually a micro penis there. Yeah, like, was that computer fucking generated? What do you think? That was actually a schlong? Like, I mean,
I feel like he rocked it.
Yeah,
I think that was 100% him.
Yeah,
because it wasn't the first time he showed his dick on that whole series. Like,
he showed it again?
2 or 3.
He showed his dick.
I can't remember if that Thailand one.
Okay,
it might have popped out then.
All right. Okay. Well, you described the old man earlier, so I was just thinking maybe this cock image is also like caked into your mind.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks, man. I got 2 now.
Fuck. Yeah, and you chose the proper bar to work at, Kaks. You know.
Yeah, Kaks.
Fuck. To people who don't know what Kaks is, the truth is there's 4 of us that started this business, and that's an acronym. You know, like my partner Cass with a K, I'm Shawn, S, and then we had 2 other business partners, and but ultimately it just ended up being Cass and I. But we're not rebranding, and we already incorporated. So then we rolled with it, and then we also just thought that's a funny word. It sounds funny. You know what I mean?
But it's something that's going to like stick out though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's great marketing just in itself.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like, it's just funny too. Like my parents, I remember when I first was explaining to them, they're like, Kaks, you know, and then the more my mom said it, just like made me laugh every time. I'm just like, hey mom, stop saying that word now. Like it's you know, oh god, like, because sometimes like I like, you know, my mom, like, she's like a cute little Chinese woman, you know, like she almost looks like a Chinese doll now the older she gets, because she's like tiny and round, and I swear she always has an apron on for some reason. And then, you know, like it just be like, hey mom, and then she's like, how's Kaks? Like, can I come down to Kaks? You know, and like I'm sitting there like, ugh.
How big is Kaks?
Yeah. How big is Kaks? Yeah. Fuck, not big at all, Mom. She's like, oh, dude. So yeah, no. So it's a fun play on words. Yeah, I mean, our Wi-Fi password is like, I love Kaks. You know, it's just
That's funny.
For real, that is our Wi-Fi password. So when you guys come here, it's that you're gonna have to type that in if you want to use our Wi-Fi. Oh man.
Yeah, your suggested, social media ads after that are going to be a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, my 4 me's are already kind of odd, but I assure you, I'm a normal person, I think. Anyway, Jake, where'd you? So where else did you bartend prior to? Like, you were at the New Camp, right?
I was at New Camp there on 17th in Chirocco.
Yeah. And then that was you said you only bartended for 1 year. So was it all just at New Camp?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. What was their did they cut all their servers down to one? Like, did you close out the bar? Like,
I was the only bartender, bar server, and then I closed the whole place.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think of that system, by the way? Like, did you know that that's how it worked for bars?
I didn't know anything going into the bartending, right? Like I said, I spent
how'd you get the job
in? Dude, I don't know. I talked to him just like this, right? It's the personality, right? Exactly what he wanted. Plus, they had VLTs, and I have cash handling experience.
Okay.
So, like, that kind of makes the owner
we're not supposed to talk about that, man.
But no, walking into a bar or any restaurant, I didn't know what was going on.
Okay, tell me about your first week bartending. Then, did you get the hang of it right away, or did you crash?
Yeah. Oh no. It's
you didn't
like
crash?
I picked it up real quick.
Sick.
Like, yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Cocktail with Tom Cruise?
No.
So it's like in the 80s, but it's about a bartender, and it's like it was so relatable to my couple bartending firsts. Like, the movie shows this guy come in all green. He was a porter, because back then they had bar backs, so that means a bartender's assistant.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what an old fashioned was. He didn't know what a Manhattan was. He didn't even know what draft was versus, like, a bottle of beer. And he gets paired up with the veteran bartender, and like it's a montage of his skills from like a complete newbie to being like a bartender that could flare drinks,
like a mixologist.
True mixologist, if you will. But when I saw that movie, I remember as a kid, like, because I always wanted to get into bartending myself, but I just remember being like, is it that hard? Like, is it going to be like that? And then, my first true bartending gigs, it was a disaster.
How old were you when you first started?
Yeah, 18. Yeah, right when I turned 18, I bartended in, for some catering services. I was bartending in a nightclub in the northeast of Calgary, Jimmy Dean's. Shout out. That bar definitely doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, man, like, it was like I was horrible at it when I first started. I just didn't understood. I didn't realize, again, like, how the managers make money. They have to control the labor, which is the amount of bartenders you use, right?
Yeah.
So if you can get away with one guy bartending for the entire restaurant, so there's a fucking 300 people in there, one guy's making 300 drinks, like, you're gonna take that guy up on that, and then that guy would want to do that because he gets to make 300 people's worth of tips.
Yeah, like I definitely like that.
Yeah, right.
And then during a rush, when you're pouring 300 drinks with one guy, right?
Yeah.
You might have a problem with that with 16 people at the wood.
Yeah.
Have somebody just quickly help you out for a 2-hour rush
Yeah,
at dinner or happy hour, but then totally manageable for one guy to be doing that, to pour drinks to the floor as well as take a section of 6 tables, say. Right?
Yeah.
10 people at the wood. Mm-hmm. It's manageable.
So what do you think of our layout here? Like,
I like it. The U-shaped bar.
Yeah.
I think it's really going to be that's going to be that whole center of the whole restaurant, get the vibe going. Mm-hmm. And then the boost you guys have going on that back wall, pretty good.
Sweet.
That'll be good for big parties.
Yep.
And then, the low down chairs, 2 people, date night, whatever it might be.
Perfect.
I think it's inclusive. I think the location's great too.
Thank you.
Because really in this, 3 blocks, in a 3-block radius,
there's
you
no
don't
one
really
else.
see much.
Like, you have to go to Cowboys Casino.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't want to drink in a casino, then we're in, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear that, because Cass and I, like, we've had loads of experience bartending, and we designed the room this way because we're like, we need to make it so one person can see everything. You know what I mean? And then, because, like, we're going to be running that system that the closing bartender will obviously have his server if he needs it, or she needs a server, but the closing bartender is going to close out the place. So that last bit, it's like, it's all that guy, right? Obviously, if it's super busy, then no, within reason, right? But
well, you can cut the server like when they see fit, right? As soon as the guy might have a handle on things, let the girl close out her tables, do a closing duty, and then hit the road.
There you go.
That way, you're not paying 2 people here for maybe 10 tables.
Yeah, and but again, the whole point isn't to cheap out on labor. We're just saying that's how bartending culture has worked. It's like, because the bartender wants to make as much money as he can, so obviously he wants to take as many tables and drinks as he can, but within reason, and then that works well for the owner who can control the labor. But I'm glad you're not shy at saying like you can handle the entire floor of theirs, because that's our main thing, I guess, when we're like interviewing the bartenders right now. Because you'll have the one guy who's just like, hey man, I've been bartending for 30 years, or like I know, but like I'm at the level now where give me 2 bar backs and this and that, and it's like this diva. I'm sitting here like we're on the 80s, man. Like no one has a bar back anymore.
Yeah, this guy's not having the time to make his own bitters. Behind the bar while other people do everything else. Yeah. How
were the cocktails at New Camp, by the way? Like, were they complicated?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
they were average. Couple egg white drinks in there. It wasn't really complicated. It was more just the time. Right. If you run out of eggs, you got to run back to the kitchen, grab a couple eggs.
So essentially, like, people don't realize, like, who've never bartended, it's not just knowing drinks and personality. You need those 2 things for sure, but it's like you have to be organized.
It's time management and organization.
Organization, time management.
It's knowing exactly that you put everything on your rail and you just like reach down and grab it.
Exactly.
Use your leg to close the door behind you.
Yep.
Like, it's being alert and on your feet.
Yeah.
And I think for me personally, I think just playing sports just like kind of made you aware of all your extremities, where you can quickly have that hand-eye coordination and grab everything with 2 hands while still looking somebody in the eye and talking to them.
Yeah.
I think that helped.
That's amazing, dude. I mean, yeah, like that's exactly it. Man, there's been so many bartenders that just suck at that, and they just like they keep their job because they I don't know, they're hot or something, you know what I mean? And they bring in some people and then they think they're like, oh, hey, I know how to bartend. I'm like, nah, you know how to talk to people. That's it. But you think you know how to bartend. Like, bartending it's like that whole shebang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no, because Cass definitely said, like, yeah, according to Nicole, like Cass's wife, who's just like who recommended you, is like, no, Jake's solid. He knows what he's doing. And we're like, hey, like, sweet.
Hey, good to hear. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like I said, bartending 1 year, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, but even talking to you, I'm like, he's not dumb. so that was already like apparent. You know what I mean? You talk to some people, and I used to be like this. I'm not just like ripping into people, but like you can tell when someone's just they're dumb. Like at that point in their life anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
you can look them in the eyes and you just see what you're saying go right through them.
Yeah.
And they're not even registering a
literally
thought.
See like the chipmunk, like,
yeah. You smell the wood burning. They're really trying to think of a response.
Yeah. And like I was like that. I mean that's why I was like, my first couple bartending years were no, not years, sorry. It took me 10 shifts to really get going. I remember it was like by the 10th one, but that's a lot of shifts to get good at it. Yeah. But I was also 18 and really, really, really like naive, so like, it's like, but it definitely is a true like craft, if you will, like people don't look at it that way, but I'm like, no, there's an art to doing this.
You can appreciate a good bartender or a good server, right? Like, you go out for drinks or a meal yourself and you can see this girl running around, handling her tables, bringing stuff, like, getting everything done. You can look at her and be like, wow, like, fuck, she's killing it. Yeah. Same with the bartender. This guy's throwing drinks up, shaking things in one hand, pouring a beer with another hand. You can look at that and be like, shit, this guy's good. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. It's like anything else though, right? You see a garbage man who just grabs a garbage can in 5 seconds and puts it in, drops your bin down. Yeah. He's good at what he does. Yeah. You can appreciate it in any aspect.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. And just to piggyback off of that, it's like, oh, fuck, I lost my train of thought. I was about to piggyback off that. I had something to say. There was some significance. I can't remember. Did this thing cause that?
I'm blank.
Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to say. In the 80s, like in 70s and 80s and going to the 90s, like bartending was a career. Like people like that was what they wanted to do, and they did. You know, like there's so many stories of bartenders making that much money back in the day.
Yeah.
Like that was like a career. Like we're talking about like they clear like hundreds of grand like every year cash, right? Like, so it's like, I'm not saying that that's going to happen again. I think that time has come and gone just due to the nature of the game now, if you will, like, because a lot of that was cash business. That was why they're able to, to do that. Yeah. Cause bartenders I've also in the past, which we're not going to allow what I'm about to say, like zero tolerance about this. But back in the day, like stealing was almost a norm. Like you've heard of short pouring.
I heard the stories from the owner of New Camp there, all the stories. Because he has a few restaurants. So he's seen it. And these stories of what people are doing, right? You know, taking full bottles, taking cases out of the keg room, or
that's just straight stealing. Like there used to be a bar culture. It was like the main one just called short pouring. So yeah. So like short pouring, you know, like just people would, because back then again everything's measured in cash, right? So it's like, so say your inventory was, would you make a real simple example? Say you had a 10-ounce bottle of booze, okay, and you're selling each ounce for $1. So by the time you're done the night, in theory, you should have $10 to show for that bottle if there's nothing left, right? But what people would simply do is, you know, like they would take the shot glass, and a lot of times they would hold it like this, covering the tip of the shot glass. They would pour only up to the bottom of their thumb, leaving almost 3/4 of the shot like not poured. Put that into the drink, and then they would wait for, in their head, like knowing like, okay, I short poured 2 shots, so I only have to ring in 1. But I got paid twice.
See, here's an issue. And a question for you actually that I have is a shot glass, the true glass. That's not a full ounce though.
A shot glass, not full ounce. Wait, what are you talking about?
So we had these jiggers that they had the line engraved, right, of a quarter, a half, an ounce, and then an ounce and a half. And I poured water into it, saying a full ounce. And I poured it in the shot glass, and it didn't go all the way to the top. I poured the water in the top of the shot glass. I put it in the jigger, and it didn't hit the ounce line.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if that's the jigger being mis-engraved or what, but I've never actually known the answer to that of what's the true ounce, you know, because I've always worried about that too. If I was either over pouring using a shot glass or if I was under pouring using this jigger.
Yeah, honestly, there's so I don't know the exact scenario because I have to see the equipment, but there was an old trick that girls used to do. They put nail polish into the bottom of their 1 ounce shot glass.
Make it hard.
Yeah. So then they don't have to fucking cover the top. They could
That's
be like,
sneaky.
They bring in their own shot glasses, man. Like there was a whole subculture of that back in the day.
See, that's wild to me.
But it was like almost a normally accepted practice. So like back then, a bartender in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, or even riding up to that early 2000s range, like when a manager hired a bartender, because usually a manager is also an ex-bartender, they just have an understanding of like, all right, okay, don't be fucking out of control with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just, you know, so then they would do like a do-back system where they would weigh the bottles, right? And then they would keep track, like, cause like they don't actually care how much you short pour as long as they get the value out of that bottle.
Yeah.
You know, so like if we're doing it again, the 10 ounce bottle for $1, it's like, dude, just make sure you give me $10 at the end of the night. That's all I give a shit about. You give me my $10 off that bottle. Like I made my margins, like, however the fuck you managed to squeeze that in, like I'll look away as long as guests keep coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, like people in that bar game back then, like the alcoholism was just rampant that they're so wasted anyway. They don't care if you short pour an ounce.
There's a big drinking culture.
Yeah. So, but now it's completely dialed in. There really is no more of that, and especially with like turning tips digital and all that, like that entire thing has been kiboshed. So. But then that's no different than back in the day, any form of cash business handling. Like there's always been corruption, right? So that was just a corruption in that world. But yeah, when you hear some of these classic bar stories, like it was a wild time and it was a crazy world back then, you know, and then plus back then just the drug uses was also like out of fucking control.
Yeah.
You know, but like we're not doing that here. Like we're running a legit operation.
A clean establishment.
No, but for real though.
Not joking. That wasn't sarcasm.
Honestly, like pouring a drink for yourself here and there, that's fine as long as it's rang in. But any form of stealing, like no, man. Like we just like we can't because it gets out of control so quick, so fast. Like you let one person slide with that, it's a snowball effect.
Especially when you give them an inch and they take a mile.
They take a mile, and then plus like this game is there's a lot of you got it. Your reputation has to be. You have to be like a man of your word. Because it's like there's a trust factor there, right? Hey, Jakes, I did most of the talking for this podcast here, but I'm gonna wind it down here right now. I just want to do a quick one here with you. Give everyone a little intro to Jake here. So, but Jake, I'm sure we'll do another podcast. I seriously hope this isn't the only one we do together.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this is definitely my first time. Like,
yeah,
nerves going up.
Yeah, that's all right. We can keep going if you want, unless
your call.
Your call. Okay, let's. You know what? We'll go another 10 minutes. I do want to get to know you a little bit even more here.
Yeah, for sure.
So right now you're what's your long-term goals here? Like not just with Kaks. I'm just saying with your life. Like do you have like long-term goals?
Well, fuck Dad.
What?
You're holy fuck Dad. Putting me on the spot like my parents do all the time.
Really?
Every time I call home, it's like, well, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan?
For real?
I was like, bro, I'm trying to get to this weekend. No, I'm not living for the weekend. But no, I mean, so right now I'm in MRU.
Okay.
I went back to school during COVID, right? And then that's why I picked up bartending, just to make cash under the table to pay for tuition. Being 26 years old, starting bartending. But
what are you taking at MRU right now?
Business.
Oh, okay, sweet. What year are you in then?
You just finished year 2.
Okay, sweet. Is this all online courses, or are you actually taking courses at the campus?
No, at campus.
Oh, you're the Van Wilder there then.
Yeah, no, dude, it's a little weird. It's like going to Cowboys, right? You feel like a chaperone or their parent or something.
Yeah.
I definitely walk in and people are like, "Oh, the prof's here," and then I grab a seat with them and we wait for the prof together. But
okay. Well, dude, you can correct me here, but you're going to finish a program way faster if you go online versus doing the in-person, right? Because like all accelerated programs, from what I understand, is all online or whatever, right? Yeah. So or are you trying to re-get the college experience?
No. I do 2 to 3 courses in person and I do 1 online. And I try to do a spring or summer course online as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it done as quickly as I can.
Okay.
But working full time, you don't have the luxury to be doing 5-6 courses a semester.
Okay, then why didn't you go to college right out of school?
Well, I've already gotten I've already gotten a few diplomas. Yeah, I went to college right out of high school.
Okay, what's your diplomas?
Construction project management at SAIT.
Oh, tight.
Yeah,
sweet.
And did that, and then got a engineering tech. And then
at SAIT as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then did that. Worked in construction for years.
Oh shit.
And then that's how I got into ATMs. Was they wanted the rebar and the concrete to be done for an ATM to go on top, and I started shooting the shit with some guy. Next thing you know, I was in the ATM industry and grew that, and then COVID hit that pretty hard. Cash,
right?
So then I took the opportunity. I was like, well, I'll go get an actual university degree this time and see if I can apply that just to grow in a career with banking, cash, and ATMs.
No wonder you're smart. It's like you're actually double educated, going for a triple.
Depends who you ask, but
I don't know. Nicole said really good things, and Nicole used to be my boss as well. Hey, because
at OJ's, right?
Yeah. Because at OJ's, like Cass was my. Well, I've known Cass forever, but Cass was a GM. Nicole was the AGM, and then But whenever Cass was in there, like Nicole ran the show, and Nicole's a solid boss too. Like she knows the bar game in and out. So when she gives someone the thumbs up, it's like a real thumbs up.
I love Nicole.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah. So there you go. She hasn't been wrong on that. So it's like, that was why it was just like a no brainer, right? It's just like, hey, like that's it. And like, that's why reputation is super important, man. So it's like, that's why whatever you were doing, like that's good on you. It paid off, but fuck, man. Yeah. 3 fucking degree.
Everybody thinks, you choose the path in life, but the path in life just chooses you. You just bob and weave as it comes. Yeah. I've always applauded the people that can figure out what they wanted to do at 18 and they had the plan and they went to university right out of high school and they did their master's, whatever it might have been. Good on you. I just wasn't that guy. I played sports. I went traveling and I came back. I worked. I didn't like it. So now I'm back in school to go work in something I do want to do. It's life though.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. what was the statistic when because I have a university degree as well. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Culture, like, and then a minor in sociology. But everyone's like, what is that? It was general studies, dude. But it was a BA. It was the same as getting a BA in psychology or economics. Like I have a BA. And then I went to SAIT, and I worked in oil and gas before, so I have a surface land administrator certification. And then I was working in oil and gas there. Hated it, just fucking hated it. Yeah, I was like, man, I gotta. In the back of my mind, always like, I gotta go run a business, and then the podcasting is actually my true passion. So it's funny how this whole thing came together. But I was gonna say there was a statistic back when I was in school that was in one of the sociology classes I took, but it said that people change careers 8 times at a minimum.
I'd heard that now too.
So I was like, holy fuck. Like, and if I use that real thought process, let's think about myself here. Like, there was bartending, then I got into sales, then I got into warehouses, then I went back to bartending, so I won't include that. Then I got into accounts payable in oil and gas, then I was in surface land, now I'm back to bartending or podcasting. So I'm already at career 6, if you think about it. And then you did construction, then ATM, bartending. So 3.
So 3 so far.
Yeah, 3 so far. Like, then that was like a statistic that they had just running off of people's occupations and censuses and stuff. So that just shows you most people don't know what they're doing in life. So you kind of nailed it. Like they just. So you're right. Like those people who know exactly what to do, like fucking in a weird way, like it's unfair. Because if we just knew what you wanted to do, you just wouldn't be wasting any fucking time.
I wish I had the luxury.
Yeah, I think we all do. But I mean, even podcasting didn't exist till 10 years ago. So like, I didn't know that this was an option.
Yeah, podcasting wasn't a job.
No. It
wasn't even a thought.
No. Well, people always confuse it with a radio show, right? So if I want to do this, I have to go connect with whoever's on a radio station and then try to like get in there somehow just to do this. But even that, I would be heavily monitored by my boss and another boss and this and that. But this is the best time ever. Anyone can do a podcast. Like you saw the setup now, and so it's like, yeah, but obviously the real struggle is whether or not people give a shit about your podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that I'm working on that, I mean, even right now, the content I have for Kaks is under lifestyle and comedy. So what is lifestyle? It's a broad enough term, I figured, because I literally want to chat with as many people from all walks of life as I can. That's my goal here. Like my goal is to get super smart from talking to a lot of interesting people and just do a whole bunch of cool stuff and keep talking about it, and at the same time run this bar with my partner, and that's the next steps, if you will. Yeah. So right now, business. Okay, sweet. You're doing well in there. I take it. You're killing it.
I'm passing. Doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little tough going back to university after not being in school for 6 years.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's a learning curve.
Hey, what actually you got me now I actually got some more questions for you here. What's it like right now, like university life? Because I'm trying to pick my words carefully here, but you've obviously heard of Jordan Peterson, right? Yeah. So obviously, he had a crazy exit from being a university professor.
He was in the University of Toronto, right?
Yeah. Well, it just right now he's saying the culture of universities in Canada are they're just well, fuck again. I don't even have like proper words to pull without.
I think I know where you're going with it,
but
though.
There's an agenda in every university now.
Yeah.
Like if you don't fit that agenda, like you can't teach really.
There's a lot of red tape.
Yeah.
Is what I get. Like you can just tell too by the prof on a lecture. He's beating around the bush because he knows he can't go in that direction.
Yes.
He has to be cautious of every word coming out of his mouth.
Yes. It's going
to be career ending if one guy decides or girl decides to take a video of it or complain to the dean, and it can just snowball, ruin a guy's career.
Yes.
Girl's career, professor's career.
Yes. I question the actual quality of education now. Like that's what I question. But with something like business, it's you're learning principles and practices. So
yeah, it's not
that's not something
like you're not learning like sociology or psychology where that's probably changed so much over the years.
Or education. Or like
the ways to like, economics have not changed in like 30 years. I mean, they have, if you want to get into it, but it's the same basic principles for everything, for management, for accounting, for legal, and for, entrepreneurship or economics.
Okay. So so you already went to school 3 times, twice before this. So the first time you were 18, so that was 10 years ago. Like what would you compare campus life now to, like, to or is it kind of similar? Or
it's honestly the same.
Okay.
I mean, like, say it was a trade school,
Right.
MRU is a university. I don't really know the difference, but like, you can kind of just get that vibe was different.
Yeah.
The like the type of people that go to each one were, their own.
Right.
But I mean, I'm 27 in university, so I ain't fraternizing with the 18-year-olds. So I walk in for class, I sit there, I do my stuff, and I go home.
You're an adult.
Yeah.
A true adult.
Oh, I'm a keener. Like, I sit front row right by the prof's desk. Like, I'm not there to socialize. Like, like I said, I'm 27. I don't have the time to be fucking around like that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm there to get something done, and then I'm out.
Well,
Plus, who wants to be that weirdo talking to 18-year-olds?
Well, that's exactly it. Like, that's why I very politely was asking about this, because I remember when I went to university, like, there was this one guy that was there. He was like 40 almost, but he literally was just reliving his college life. Like,
see, that's
but
like Van Wilder.
He was a true Van Wilder, but he was also an insane athlete. Like, he played in every men's league basketball league, and that guy was sick, even at almost 40. He might have been 35, but I just remember talking to him one day, and I mean, I was a kid compared to him, right? He was like 30 something. I was 18, but he just explained, no, I have to come back. Like, I got to do something different in my life. I was doing this and that, and he was actually doing the whole business thing too. But he also was like, this is like fucking taking a time machine, and he was just totally just dirtbagging on like every 18, 19-year-old girl, and my memory of him too was of high success though. Yeah, just because he already had a house, he already had a car.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. And you know what? To be fair, I may be exaggerating. He might not have been 35. I mean, maybe he was only 30, right? But still, I just remember even then I was like, something is not right about this.
Yeah, this guy does not look like he graduated.
No, but he's not a bad guy.
Decade.
He's not a bad guy. But I'm just thinking there should absolutely be, you're doing it okay, because again, you're doing it for real. Like, you're doing it for the education. But I do think there should be an age limit for fucking hanging around a campus with that, because I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on with everyone's opinions on this grooming shit, right? Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, what's the difference? You're saying a teacher's grooming you, but then what if a student's grooming you because he's fucking older or some shit? I don't know. I already think it's kind of I don't know. Yeah, that's just basically it, man. I don't know. I don't have any more things to add to that. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously you're a good dude.
So, I'm not grooming anybody.
Yeah.
Set the tone straight there, but I know what you mean, right? Being an adult on a kid's facility. Yeah. It looks weird from a third person's view.
Yeah.
But to try to stay clear of that real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. And it's so sad that you had to call a university now a kids facility.
Yeah.
Because people are less mature now than ever.
I can't believe it. You have to do group work. And I've gone to the prof saying look, I'll do all the work myself. I I want to be my own group. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh no, we can't do that. I was like, okay, well, fuck you. But
are you older than the prof?
No,
okay.
Fuck,
same age.
Bad.
Same
but basically,
age, maybe?
I'm close enough.
Yeah,
I'm closer than they are. But you go on these group works with these children, and you have to, you meet up at the library, or you have a planned Zoom call, and they're all in their parents' bedroom trying to be quiet, or they're all talking about how Cowboys is still a thing, or shit like that. And I'm just there trying to get this hour meeting done to get work done so that we can go and get this done. And they're there to socialize, but I can't take that away from them, because that is their college experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is why they're there.
Yeah.
So it's got to be that dude that sits there and allows it to happen. But it's definitely weird to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I also, now my brain is playing devil's advocate, because I don't know, some women, in my experiences, they're very mature at fucking 19, 20. It's mostly the guys that are complete degenerates that I'm kind of thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes I'm just like, no, man, like there's some solid, I know some, I'll say it right now, like Paige Jervis from, she GMs the Belmont Diners, like plug out to Paige Jervis. If you're ever the Belmont Diners, Aspen, there's one Aspen, one in Marda Loop, like she's the GM. She's only 20 and she's like mature as fuck, you know, unless I'm misreading this situation. Paige was a previous guest on a podcast, you know, so like, so there's a wide range. I guess it's all case by case. It all depends, you know. It's just like, I just know for now I wouldn't be able to like the dumb shit that you were just talking about with like oh my god, Cowboys, like how drunk did you get at Cowboys? And like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, like Jim barfed everywhere. Like I'd be like, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, but it's something you got to do, right? You're gonna be going to university at this age.
Yeah,
deal with it.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I'm not saying I didn't do that myself when I was 18. I just, as I grew up more, I'm like, fuck, man, like that time could have been used so much more efficiently.
Yeah.
You know, I think there should be a little token in your brain, like how many dumb party nights, like there should only be 10 good stories in your life that you need. And that should be it.
Not one a week.
What?
Not one a week.
Not 10 per day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because like those stories sound glorious when you're young, but then the older you get and you retell them out loud. Like I actually I did this on previous podcasts, like where I was just joking around with some friends and we were going down memory lane, and I was just like, you know, when I tell it out loud now, it sounds fucking stupid. You know what I mean? But at the time, it was hilarious. You know, so I don't know, man. Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyway, Jake, I'm gonna plug this because I actually have to go pee right now. But okay, guys. Jake. Very, 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 very good to meet you as well. You know, and get to know you like formally. So yeah, looking forward to working with you as well. We should be open in 2 weeks. That's the game plan. Hopefully sooner. It all depends on the last couple of licensing things that we have to see what our directions are from the AGLC and the city and everything. But so very soon. I mean, for sure, we'll be working together in like Stampede for sure. Yeah. Like I expect this place to be pretty bumping for that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna pull the plug on this. Everyone have a good day. All right, and be sure to check out all our social media. It's Kaks Bar Podcast. You can kind of see the taglines back there. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple for the audio only versions for the podcast. YouTube for the video, and I make clips and things like that. And I hope everyone's entertained and enjoyed, and hopefully you guys listen to us when you're hitting the gym, going for a walk, like doing chores, or just hanging out as a group, like that'd be pretty cool too. And that's it, and that's all. Okay, everyone have a great day. All right, take care.